Summer screams salads, but not all salads are leafy and green. Today we're making Luxembourg's iconic Feierstengszalot. It might be called a salad, but this one's a true carnivore's feast with hardly a vegetable in sight. For my meaty salad, I need some brisket, veg for the stock, some salad dressing ingredients and pickles. Feierstengszalot translates to Flintstone salad, and it makes sense because it's a total meat feast. The base is beef. Traditionally, people would use some leftover Sunday roast, but I'm using some brisket today, which I'll first need to cook until tender. And for the broth to have some flavor, I'm adding zoppegrings, soup greens, so leek, carrot and a bay leaf. And I'm also adding a garlic clove and some peppercorns. And once it comes to the boil, I'll skim off the scum. And this can now happily simmer away for 2.5 hours. The meat is now fall apart tender, and it will need a couple of hours to cool down in the broth before we can assemble the salad. And while that's cooling down, I'm making the salad dressing. And this is really a typical Luxembourgish salad dressing. It just needs a few ingredients and some cream, because that really is very traditional. So the base is mustard, and if you want it to really taste Luxembourgish, you will need to use Luxembourgish mustard. It's a condiment that's not very spicy, so not like Dijon mustard, and it's more fragrant and has a very special taste. Then some white wine vinegar, also from Luxembourg. And some rapeseed oil, which is grown in the north of Luxembourg. And then some cream and salt and pepper. And now some people add shallots to it, but I prefer to use fresh chives. And now it comes in handy that I'm using a jam jar, because I'm just closing the lid and then I can shake it like a cocktail. And now that the meat is cold, I can cut it into small pieces. And in goes my dressing. And the idea is for the meat to really soak up all those beautiful juices and to become super moist and tender. And best is to let it rest for a couple of hours in the fridge before serving. But before I do that, I'll add a few little extra additions to the salad. So there's obviously pickles, because they add a wonderful tang to the whole salad. And then there's a hard-boiled egg and some tomatoes too. And as a finishing touch, a little bit of parsley to brighten up this meat lover salad. Good Appetit!